Honestly, just coming out at the beginning of the game and executing pitches because, during the middle stretch where I wasn't doing so well, I'd been giving up, early hits and early runs in the first couple innings because I was leaving some balls up. So my focus recently has been just coming out of the pregame bullpen and bringing it into the game to really execute down in the zone. And that's been giving me success in the first couple innings, and that has allowed me, to go deep in games.
Is there anything that you've kind of adjusted in your pregame routine and working in the pen out there that's gotten you coming out, pitching better early?
Honestly, it's just a mindset. I mean, I kind of less is more down there in my preparation for my pregame pen. I just want to come out and have my stuff. I don't want to do too much down there in the pen and, exhaust a lot of my energy. So that's been a real thing that I've done the last couple of weeks is just do a little bit less down there so I can save some for out here.
How is, the mental aspect of going from Saturday to Sunday? What is that process like? I mean, I'm sure that there are some guys that might see that as a demotion. Others might just see it as a way of kind of adjusting things. But how did you handle that, and how have you adjusted your approach in that?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can see it as a demotion, but I personally don't see it that way. My junior year, I was fortunate enough to lead this team on Fridays, and then last year, in the short year, I was bumped to Sunday. But I wouldn't necessarily call it bump because, our guys execute really well. Landon Roop on Friday and Adam on Saturday. So we can all get the job done no matter what day it is. But I just come out and compete no matter what day it is. And I don't feel like the day doesn't bother me at all.
And Chris, you were on the shelf for a while. I'm sure that was not exactly fun with what was going on for the team during that time. What's kind of gotten you right back in the rhythm of going out there and delivering in those big spots?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of time off, and obviously it wasn't fun being on the sidelines. But once I finally got cleared, just wanted to get straight into things as quick as possible, as long as the hand was good, and it felt good. And I've been every day just hitting, improving, getting the hand stronger, and just wait for when coaches want me in, and if they want me in there, then I'm just going to do what I can and just try to put some at bats together.
I mean, obviously, you're a guy that could be starting every day probably out there, but do you enjoy the role that you have coming in late in games in those big spots?
Yeah, I mean, whatever the coaches want from me is I'm okay with, and whether it's starting, coming into a game. But it doesn't really matter. Once you get in the box, whether you start the game or you're pinch hitting, you just got to put an at bat together and just kind of compete up there. And, yeah.
So, I mean, for either of you guys, so you started the season 11-3 in that 14-game stretch. Then there was a 4-10 14-game stretch. And now this most recent 14-game stretch is 11-3 yet again. What went into getting things back on track and being the team that I guess you guys really think that you can be?
I think it's just taking it day by day. Some of us older guys, have been stepping up as leaders and have been producing on the field, but honestly, it just comes from daily preparation during practice. I mean, just doing what we can, constantly letting people know, our days in the weight room, got to attack it. Our practice days, got to attack it, because at the end of the season, this is exactly where we want to be. We want to be playing our best ball, and that's what it takes in order to do that.
I mean, do you feel like you guys have really hit your stride here at the right time, or is there a whole nother level that you guys can still get to between now and the end?
Yeah, I think we've really been improving, but I still think there's a lot of work, and I think we have a lot still to prove. We have everything in front of us, and we're excited. I mean, when we're having a lot of fun too, I think that's really important. Not only are we working hard, but this group of guys is really coming together and being a really cohesive unit, and that's what it's all about. Because obviously we want to win, but we want to have a lot of fun out here.
I guess the last one for Chris, you guys on the offensive side have done an incredible job with getting down bunts and just taking care of the little details and doing the smaller things in the game. How much of an emphasis has that been for you guys lately over on that side?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, from the first day you walk in here at UNCW, you're going to have to learn how to bunt. And if you can't, then you're going to get yelled at pretty much. So we work on it pretty much every single day, and it's really important. The coach emphasizes it, and as you can see through the games, they're really important. I know it's not swinging, but bunting is just as important sometimes.